The Illest Critics.
Let go.
On the Raw 808 Underground Radio.
Did anyone see Drink Champs with the game?
Yes, I saw that. Yeah.
Man, oh man, that shit was entertaining. First and foremost, shout out to NORE and DJ EFN in the game.
Yeah.
That shit was 4 hours long.
Yeah. Long as shit.
That was a long.
That was a.
It was.
That was 4 hours long?
Yeah, it was.
I watched it, but I was just like, I wasn't paying attention to the time.
Nigga, it was 4 hours.
Damn.
Yeah.
That shit was brutal to watch. I was like, it was cool enough. I'm like, it's fucking 4 hours, bro.
He went into like every fucking thing, even the 50 beef. No, that part was interesting to me. You know what I'm saying? Because when he was like, he was finna sign to Bad Boy. He said he was finna sign to Bad Boy. He said, did he? He said, just did it. He was like, yo, when are we gonna fucking rap? We kept going to these goddamn parties. We kept doing this, kept doing that. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, toward the end of the party, one party, he was like, yo, I think you need to be with Dre.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I guess that's how the Dre name got put up.
Yeah.
So he finally goes there, or whatever the case may be. No, though, one of Dre's representative go to his block.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Dude pull a gun on him. You know what I'm saying? Then a month later, dude came back, was like, yo, go get the game. So he was like, yo, damn, this man been here a month ago? Like, what the fuck? You see what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? So he finally gets there. The way he's talking, I can tell like the shit's happening like, and I mean like really
fast.
Fucking fast. You know what I'm saying? So he gets there, he drops the shit down. They like it. You know what I'm saying? No. When as soon as he walk in the building, they listen to his album, his mixtape shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So boom, everything's going good. Boom, he finally get with 50. You know what I'm saying? Then I guess on run that happened, 50 started beefing. Now when he was beefing with Jadakiss, Nas and all them, like he said, he thinking that, you know what I'm saying, nobody giving him the rundown, like, okay, I'm beefing with this nigga. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know. So he just saw this dude. Then he go on like the radio station 97 or whatever. And
Hot 97.
right, he get on Hot 97 and he was like, yo, them my news. You know what I'm saying? The dude just picked me up. Like, how can I sit up there and call this man, yo, fuck this nigga, whatever the case may be, if I just saw this nigga? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And especially if you don't know, I mean, I can't fault the game on that. You know what I'm saying? And at first, outside looking in, when this shit was going live back then, I was at the game because I was like, yo, how the fuck you not ride with the man if he putting you on? Your man put money in your pocket. Now, you know what I'm saying? Fast forward to this time, as I'm looking at it, you know what I'm saying? In the interview, I'm like, damn, well, the man got a point.
Wait, a point about what though?
The point is, he got a point, meaning that he didn't 100% know if, like he said, 50 didn't communicate with his man.
He didn't know about the beef 100%.
He didn't know about the beef. You know what I'm saying? When he got on the radio station and he was talking about, you know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, what's going on with your mans and Jadakiss or whatever we got on the radio station? He was like, yo, that's my man just picked me up. You know what I'm saying? He didn't fucking know that I supposed to be like, fuck that nigga too. You know what I'm saying? So
Jay, I think 50 wanted. He looked at everybody in G Unit as soldiers, and he wanted all of his soldiers to fall in line. And if he was beefing with somebody, all my soldiers beef with him. But he didn't understand.
Right. To a point, he's right.
No, to a point he is. To a point, he's right. But the thing about it was, didn't he grow up with Banks?
No, he grew up with Yayo.
He grew up with Yayo.
Yeah,
he grew up with Yayo. Banks was around the corner. That's understandable. But you don't go grab the other guy from over here. We're putting him on. At that point, it's a business deal.
You might want to be careful when you say that.
Well,
do you know the history of Game, the rapper, when he got to with Interscope and Dr. Dre?
No.
Okay. When he made that statement saying that
they did more for me in the last 2 weeks than Drake did for me my whole career.
To be honest with you, he's not entirely wrong. Okay. Yes, with everything Kev said that led up to him going to Dr. Dre is correct based on what he said during the Drink Champs episode. But there was a story that he also didn't say as well that leads up to 50 Cent. Dr. Dre shelved him. Okay, the reason being is because he had raw talent. Everyone knows that Game was a spitter, but he couldn't make a song to save his life.
Right.
And Dre will shelf your ass.
And Dre, and during his time, only had one person that was actually producing songs. Well, technically it was two because you got 50 Cent, was only Eminem. Aftermath was dying when Dre made Aftermath. It was actually dying because all the artists that he had, they flopped. Even the Firm flopped, and that was supposed to be the first supergroup, quote unquote.
Yeah,
So
I remember them.
So he got with the Game and he heard his demo and was like, okay, he has raw talent, but I got to work with him. The documentary, the first album that he made, that's not the same one he made when he first got there. The first album he did, they shelved it because he was like, I can't sell this shit. Now here comes 50 Cent with G Unit. 50 Cent was already making headlines. He was the hottest thing on the street because of like the mixtapes and shit.
Yeah.
Okay, Dr. Dre didn't want to sign 50 Cent. It was Eminem.
Right.
Okay, so Eminem did a 50-50 split with Dr. Dre. That's why he was G-Unit. Well, 50 Cent was signed under Shady
Aftermath.
Yes. Now, Jimmy Iovine was the one that heard the Game, was like, yo, 50, can you do me a favor?
Over there from recording and being in recording and flying producers in and out, creating stuff, doing things, right? And I listened to the record. I say, yo, he's a dope rapper. He's not a good songwriter yet.
You're talking about the Game?
Yeah.
Can you work with the Game? If you do this, I'll make sure Dr. Dre will pay you back handsomely.
Yeah.
50 Cent was like, you know what? I can do it. And he joined G-Unit.
Right.
He was not supposed to join G-Unit. He was an independent artist.
He was supposed to be solo.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Reason
That's-
how I found out because during the G-Unit radio, the Game first appeared on Radio 7, but he did 300 miles and running, that freestyle.
Yeah.
It was G-Unit Radio 8, the Fifth Element. That's what it was. It was basically the Game's first mixtape of the whole G-Unit series. And you can see that he couldn't make songs. He did a lot of freestyles, but it wasn't a lot of songs that he could do. This is why when he said that Kanye West, only thing I don't like what he said was that Kanye West did a lot more in 2 weeks than Dr. Dre did for his whole career.
Yeah, he
That's-
shouldn't have put a
that's
stamp
false.
on that.
Yeah, once he put the time limit, I was like, you're kind of off.
Yeah, that's false. Now, has he done more for him independently? Like, as soon as he walked through the door, here you go. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do that.
Well, I would say
that aspect.
the two individuals that actually I would say impacted the Game's career, number one is 50 Cent.
Right. And he did pay homage to 50.
And I would say Kanye West because Kanye West always did songs for the Game.
Right.
Yeah.
Dr. Dre, I go understand why he's mad and would say that, but again, he put the time limit of 2 weeks. And I know a lot of people's going to say, what the fuck? He signed him, this, and the third. Yes, he signed the Game to his label, but the nigga was
But you
shelved.
put him on the shelf.
You put him on the shelf, and and basically G-Unit came and revived this nigga whole career. The Game fucked up, and he took accountability of it as well. When he said it was my fault that G-Unit broke up, or me and 50 was beefing in the first place.
And that's the beef bullshit. Like, you know what I'm saying, with him not having 50 back. And then he said something.
Now, when you say that, that's where okay.
He said he got kicked out. And
He got kicked out for a good reason, though.
Yeah.
And again, Press said himself, 50 Cent wanted soldiers. Not true. 50 Cent had a 3-man group that was basically niggas that he grew up with.
Grew up
or
with.
a young, Banks at the time was very young, so he basically had him in check because 50 Cent knew his pops.
Right.
So it's different. So the Game came along, yes, you're a West Coast artist, but you're with an East Coast group.
Correct.
Granted, this person, 50 Cent put you in a position to make a lot of money and get notoriety and everything else. For me, I will always back 50 Cent if I was the Game, no matter what. I understand I'm cool with Joe, but guess what? I had to roll with my mans that basically put me into the light and put money on my table, food on a plate, and everything else. Now, if he'd have been like, yo, Fifth, I can't do it because I'm fucking with them, such and such and such and such, I'll let Fat Joe know, like, yo, just a heads up, I gotta do this. I gotta ride with my nigga.
Hey, I gotta ride with
I gotta
him.
ride. Jadakiss, I fuck you. I gotta ride with my nigga though.
Jadakiss a fuck, like you said. You said it right up. I couldn't say it better.
Like, I gotta ride with him because again, that's my man. He put me on. It is what it is. Hopefully, after this is done, we'll make up. I won't go as far as certain things. Cool. Now, 50 Cent don't like that. It is what it is. But 50 Cent was a monster at the time because he was blackballed as well. Niggas didn't want to fuck with him. Niggas didn't want him to ghostwrite for people because he had a history of just being in some shit, and he was beefing with some real niggas, and people were uncomfortable with that. So I get it. And again, this interview was actually pretty good. It was entertaining as well, and I learned I learned a lot of shit. Basically, this shit was basically like revisionist history, basically.
Right, what you already knew. You just put a stamp on
Well,
it.
for me, I knew because again, I was in New York, so
Right.
I had the mixtapes and everything else. For people that weren't around
Right,
during that
like
time,
myself, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm Tampa.
It's
So
a history.
it was definitely a history lesson.
Exactly.
Yeah, I got some of 50's earlier joints.
You know what I'm
I was in Florida. I was like, yo, this is the next dude. This is the next dude. About a year after that, he came out with Get Rich or Die Trying.
See, that's what I could tell you.
Everybody was.
And that's what I said. You guys were late to the party.
Yeah,
No, I was late. No, I'm saying compared to you, I was definitely late. But compared to Florida, I was about a year ahead of y'all.
Yeah.
No,
I was about a year ahead of y'all.
Flo, we always get last.
'Cause people
especially when it comes to music.
People was wondering where the hell I got that joint with 50 Cent and Beyonce. Cause I was riding with that. I was riding with that in Florida.
And that's why I said you was late because Power of a Dollar, we held that to the highest regard. I heard
Right.
Power of a Dollar when I had the bootleg.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had the bootleg of that shit. And
Yeah.
we all knew that shit was going to be popping. And
Yeah.
actually, okay, Get Rich or Die Trying to me is trash.
compared to what
No, it's not.
Woo!
No, it's not compared. I'm not doing compare and trash. To me, it's some of the songs that you guys like, we heard them already because it was on mixtapes. So for us, it was like, it's an okay album, but nigga, I heard these songs already.
Right, but as for sales and as for, I mean, I understand what you're saying. It's not gonna hit you as hard if you already heard that track.
Yeah.
Like a year ago.
It's
Know what
like
I'm saying?
Detroit.
But at the
Everybody don't
same-
know why we love
At the
Proof
same
so much.
time, the nigga in a whole different another state never heard that
Yeah.
track.
Right.
So as for the world hearing that track, the nation, you know what I'm saying? Boom, it was good. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but I understand from his point of view.
Yeah, I was banging people in the head. And it's just like, yo, what's that? What's that? And I said, y'all gonna like this dude.
Yeah.
It's like, but like I said, I only had it for a year. I said, this is old. I had this for a year.
Yeah.
And they was just like, nah, I never heard that before. Oh, okay, cool. And I just played it at the basketball court. Niggas was like, yo, and then he dropped. Now everybody, go shorty. Go.
Yeah.
I hate that
Go.
fucking song.
Me too.
I hate that song.
I was like,
hate
yo,
that song.
I hate it too.
And that's what I said.
shorty.
And then the
December.
game said something on there that was a straight up lie. And I don't want to call him a liar, but that was a falsehood. Okay,
We talking about the two beats that he was jealous of?
with 2 beats.
He said that it was 2 beats that it was the Pharrell, the grinding beat. He said when he first heard that, he really wanted that beat. And it was another beat. It was a 50 beat.
Nah, I'm talking about the part that this is outside of the interview that they had with Drink Champs.
Okay.
When they was talking about how he wrote "What Up Gangsta."
You niggas know I wrote 300 bars, nigga.
Right.
Was 50 there?
Killed them
Hey,
niggas.
Graham, I got a question.
Hey, hold on, wait. Look, I'm gonna speak on something you don't never speak on. What up, cuz? What up, blood? What up, gangster? Who you think wrote that? I'm gonna leave it alone. Stop playing.
When Whack 100 was like, "Oh, the game wrote What Up Gangsta."
Yeah, I don't know
No,
about that.
he did
one,
not do
bro.
that. Because again, we can go back and look at the tapes. 50 Cent, because he did all those mixtapes back in the day, he'll take like the hot shit that's happening on the radio and he'll put a twist to it. That helped him perfect hooks
Okay.
and rhyme patterns and styles. Game can't do certain rhyme patterns and style like 50 can. Actually,
Right.
50 can stay in one pocket. He stays in one lane. The game is more lyrical. He doesn't really go with like different flows in and out. So I was like, yeah, nigga, you lying your ass off about this shit. And then he said,
Yeah.
he helped. What was it? It was an entertaining interview, but he was obviously promoting some album that's coming out. Was it called Traumatic?
That's my thing, man.
Yeah, I think it's called Traumatic. He got some shit coming out.
Yeah.
called-
The game is a good. The game is a great rapper, dog, and I'm just now starting to goddamn go back and listen to these tracks that I didn't hear, but he's going to be known forever for Hater to Love It.
For who?
Hater to Love It.
Yeah.
That's
Or
gonna be.
or West Side Story
what?
or This Is How We Do.
Did he do 300 bars or something? Like what is it called?
That's 300 bars, but I think that's a mixtape song.
Oh, it's mixtape.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you talking about the songs that him off the documentary.
Off the documentary. Like
Okay.
I mean, like when you hear the game, these are the songs that he's gonna be always. I mean,
He connected to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I understand, but again, it's fucked up because even if you go back and listen to the documentary, he doesn't have a lot of hooks. He's not on a lot of hooks. It's either someone else is doing it, well, 50 Cent doing it, or let's say an instrumental is doing it for him, or just some other rapper itself. He wasn't known as a hook guy.
A hook guy. He was just he was a verses.
Yes.
Yeah, he was lyric.
Speaking of verses.
Oh boy.
This is the Illest Critics
Let go.
on the Raw 808 Underground Radio. Radio.